Into 2K. Now let's take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. There it is, the 3. Barnes will play the 4. Dick is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Boucher in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Bulls, Williams and Vucevic are inside. Kobe White out there with ball. And it's Buzelis in at small forward. Basket's good. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Here's Dick. Missed inside. Here are the Bulls with the ball. White for 3. Rebounded by Ingram. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions, he's unselfish, he's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly Barnes has a big fan here.
Good job there, Allie, thanks. He drops it from range.
And that's a promising shot for Buzelis.
For Toronto, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Ball passes to Williams. That 3's off the mark. The Raptors have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And here's Ingram outside. Chicago with a rebound. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. This shot by Buzelis no good.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
There's the triple, and that's good. Ingram for 3.
Brandon Ingram at that size constantly has a shooting window that's open.
Here's Ball. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Barrett. Here's Dick. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Kicks it out to Barrett. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3 seconds. Chicago ball.
The Bulls trail by 6. Ball outside. Nails it from 3.
No hesitation from Lonzo on that perimeter shot.
Toronto has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far.
2 minutes.
Outside Dick. Outside Ingram. Pass to Boucher. Vucevic with some nice D. Chicago has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Ball against Ingram. And it's Ball off the drive. And Ball throws it down.
And Lonzo can score. He drives like that with intent.
Takes it inside.
Incredible. I mean, this is the NBA. The defense needs to be much better.
He doesn't slam it often, but the D can't take him lightly, or he will.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:03 left in the opening quarter. Barnes passes to Dick. Back to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Ball. He's got 5. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Barrett. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Barnes. Kicks it out to Barrett. 6 on the shot clock. Boucher a screen on Ball. And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first. Picked by Vucevic. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. And here's Ingram from the arc. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Williams and Vucevic are inside. Lonzo Ball is out there with Kobe White. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And the basket by Boucher.
He has the right partner, Ingram, creating the offense in the pick and roll. And that's a nice read.
Williams a screen on Barrett. Ball passes to White. Shot is up. Out to the wing. 3-pointer, Buzelis. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Here's Dick. Outside Barrett. 5 to shoot. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
It's awesome to have a guy at that size be able to accelerate, elevate like RJ did there.
Ball outside. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Ball's got 7 points. Toronto leading by 4. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And you know, Brent, Scotty Barnes does so much for this team. That includes creating for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably the #1 attribute. He's got the length and size to be a defender that can guard 2 through 4, BA, but Scotty's a problem because he can create opportunities and advantage on the offensive end.
White can't hit. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. A moment to hear from Ali LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards, and you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Ali, he's certainly got the skill level.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Barnes with a screen on White. Barrett finds Ingram. Driving to the basket, and a slam dunk by Ingram.
Man, these Kevin Durant comparisons are starting to come to fruition right here, especially when Ingram is finishing with power on the drive.
Raptors lead by 5. Here's Barrett. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Barrett's got 4 points this quarter.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Barrett against Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Launches a 3. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
Raptors ball.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's Ingram outside.
Well, he can guard multiple positions, and Lonzo Ball's versatility helping out on that possession.
Pass to Buzelis. Over Ingram. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And it's Dick off the drive. Kicks it out to Barnes. And there's a 3-second violation.
Bulls ball.
Bulls trail by 7. 46 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Ball into the lane. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Chris Boucher.
Well, he's got such a great handle and then can get up to speed quickly. Lonzo Ball with a nice drive.
And so he makes both from the line. Raptors lead by 5. Now here's Dick. He's got 6. Pass to Barnes. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. A line change here for Toronto.
Substitution on the court.
There's 31 seconds left in the half. They set the pick, and it's Ball off the drive. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one. Toronto has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. On the wing quickly, hounded by Ball. Quickly against Ball. Quickly drives in. Castleton can't get the putback. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Raptors out in front, up by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, his stats may not jump out at you, but that's not the whole story.
Well, the commitment he has to fill his role and consistently fill that role, that's what that team needs from him.
So for the Raptors right now, we've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's quickly in at the point. Quickly up top. Giddey defends. Pass to Mobo. Kicks it to Quickly. Jacks up a 3. Poeltl against Collins. Here's Battle. Still without a bucket. Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
BA, I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
The Raptors with a lead. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
All kinds of grit there on the inside from Emmanuel Quickly.
Smith left side, fires the 3. They grab their own miss. And Collins with the slam.
And that really has to lift his teammates' spirits right now.
I'll tell you, Grant, these second chance buckets could be what this game comes down to.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Here's Poeltl. The Bulls making their last shot. Shoots. Castleton, good. Castleton's got his first bucket in this one. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Giddey. Pass to Collins, and that's a foul called on Jakob Poeltl. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Giddey against Quickly. Smith with a screen on Quickly. Clock at 6. Smith finds Herter. Poeltl grabs a miss. Toronto leading by 4. When folks talk about Herter, you hear a lot about his movement, Brent.
Well, one thing you have to be in this league as a great shooter is willing to move without the basketball. It puts a lot of pressure on your primary defender, but it can open up some lanes for your teammates. Kevin Herter, an elite skill working without the ball.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Giddey against Quickly.
Giddey defensively does a good job moving his feet. Great instincts on that side of the ball.
Dosunmu for 3. Drops in the 3. Dosunmu's got 5.
One of the ways to get a great look from the three-point line is when you're on a fast break. The defense simply lost him.
Quickly against Giddey. And that one's good. Quickly.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
That one goes in.
That's impressive stuff from Giddey, just getting on the interior part of the defense.
Giddey against Quickly. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And during the first few seasons of Emmanuel Quickly's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Greg.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's the player to watch out for moving forward.
Now here's Giddey. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Right wing. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Collins. Rebound Toronto. Quickly outside. Pass to Battle. Quickly outside. Here's Mobo. 4-3. Hits the trifecta. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Like how selfless Quickly was on that play, just creating team offense.
From deep, Giddey fires in the triple. Giddey's got his second bucket on the night.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Quickly. He's got 6. Pass to Mobo. Here's Battle. Launches it. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Giddey against Quickly. Dosunmu for 3. And again, hits the Bulls from deep.
And Giddey just that sixth sense to find the open man.
Raptors lead by 3. Quickly with the ball. Pass to Mobo. To the right side. Here's Battle. There's a screen. Here's Mobo. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. We're at the end of the third. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Kobe White out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And so here is Chicago. Toronto making their last shot. Over to the left wing. Ball outside. The three is up. And it's Boucher with the rebound. The Raptors shooting 52% from the floor so far. Outside Ingram. No good from outside. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 5. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the three ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and with that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to Dick. Kicks it out to Barnes. The Raptors need to get off a shot clock violation. There's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
Chicago ball.
Bulls trail by 6. Now Ball. Vucevic, a screen on Barrett. Good chance here for Ball. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
Filling it up. Lonzo Ball, more than a passer.
Dick with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Three-pointer, Buzelis. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto leading by 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. White against Ingram. To the inside. Stolen by Ball. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. And Williams punches it home.
Well, he's a great floor general out there, and you can see that Ball is consistent at looking to distribute and find guys in the right spot.
On the wing, Grady Dick. He's guarded by White. Ingram with a screen on White. Dick, the pass to Barrett. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Well, Barrett with a nice touch down there as the lefty was able to negotiate the little room that he had.
Pick by Vucevic. There's Ball with a 3. Drills it from deep.
Lonzo Ball, give me pressure. I'll show you what I can do.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Second team foul.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Pass to Vucevic. And here is Williams. And the 3 off target. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Dick. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's Williams. Oh, there's the alley. And it's Barrett off the drive. And he goes in for the dunk.
RJ does such a nice job of just changing speeds out there. And when he does that and picks the right angle, he'll score.
Offensive board. Pass to White. .103 left in the game. And down it goes. 2 points.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Outside Barnes. Pass to Boucher from the corner. Ball with the rebound.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
It puts them in the popcorn maker. Veteran move by Vucevic.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6.
At the line for the Bulls.
And so Vucevic nails both of them. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A chance here to possibly put the game away.
They have to remain focused to get it done.
Outside Dick. Poke loose. White with a steal. And now the Bulls in transition. Money.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Shooting for Toronto.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Now a timeout called by Chicago. 5 ticks left in the final quarter. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
I mean, they're still battling, but this one is just about official.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Doesn't go for him. So it's the Raptors taking the W in a close one.
End of the game.
And they barely squeezed out the win.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mid, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat
look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3. And for the Bulls, Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Ellis in at the small forward. Ball with a wide open look. Well, we don't expect up and down doors, fast basketball. These teams prefer to operate in the half court. They're very methodical, but fun to watch.
Hey, good basketball, regardless of the pace at which it's run, is good basketball. And with these two teams, movement, screening, high IQ offensive basketball, I'm here for that.
Now Williams, following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Miller outside. This one for 3. Good on the triple. Miller's got the first bucket of the night, a 3-pointer for Charlotte.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Here's Ball. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
That is a really pretty finish. Just gently dropped in the finger roll.
And Ball gets double teamed. Williams with the steal. Here's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the 3-point basket by Chicago. Looking to end the run. Ball with the bucket.
Well, the great length and the great size of the backcourt, LaMelo Ball continues to improve as an interior scorer.
Ball kicks to Williams. Unable to get that one. Excellent D there from Williams. Ball, the pass to Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thanks, David. Now, here is Miller, following the miss by Lonzo Ball. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
2 minutes remaining.
And it's Ball penetrating.
Yeah, and Ball jumps all over the defense, especially when they give him a lane to the basket. Outstanding at forcing the issue.
It's his first trip to the line. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Ball with the bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Ellis. 6 to shoot. From deep 3-point land. The long distance 3 is buried.
From way back, Ellis already flashing range as a rookie.
Ball surveying the defense. Drops in the layup for 2. Ball's got 6.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Ellis. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Vucevic. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Ball, the pass to Okogie. Here's Williams. From down in the low post, it goes.
The
6
assist.
points for him.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And it's Ball penetrating. Now Giddey. Good on the three-point shot. Giddey's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Bulls.
Boy, Giddey, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Ball with it. Shot, high post. And that one is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the three spot.
You can see the long, lanky frame of Josh Giddey on display.
Ball from long range. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago leading by 3. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA doors, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Williams a screen on Giddey. Miller with a wide open look. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Ball with it, now guarded by Vucevic. Ball finds Miller. Back to Ball. Pass to Miller. Beyond the arc. Charlotte no good that time either. Chicago has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Buzelis, no one around him. And again, Chicago, no good. Hornets trail by 3. Okogie, the pass to Williams. Count it, good. Williams has got 8 points.
Well, Josh Okogie sees somebody working in space and puts the ball on time and on target.
Here's Ball. Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Mark Williams.
7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic is a lot to handle. Does a great job drawing that contact.
And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Charlotte trailing. Miller outside. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Now, how about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself?
Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's his first foul. Norkic checked in for Charlotte.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away.
We've got 1:55 left in the second quarter.
Norkic.
Buzelis with the ball. He's against Bridges. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period, and it may take a while for the Hornets to find success, but there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Now, here's Bridges. No scoring in this one. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That is his first foul of the game. 44 seconds left here in the second. Ball against Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Ball dishes to Miller. Nurkic a screen on Giddey. They get it again. Back to Ball. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Tries again, and it's good on the way in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
And stolen by Giddey. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. For 3. That one doesn't drop. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Charlotte up by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
They've got Dosumu. Smith is out there with Kevin Huerter. And it's Kobe White, and it's Collins in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Here's Mann, following the three-point basket by Chicago. Tipped away. White with it. Williams picks him up. Smith outside. Kicks it out to Collins. Dosunmu, the pass to Collins. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Charlotte in the lead. Green, no luck.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
For the lead. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Collins has got his first 3 points of the game.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Now here's White. Still without a basket. Pass to Huerter. Smith outside. Just 4 to shoot. Huerter kicks to Smith. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Now it's a 4-point Bulls lead.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Here's Mann with the drive. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, the Hornets missing. Here's Chicago. They've got an 8-0 run. Here's White. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Green left side. Mann finds Nurkic. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized neutralized inside. And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
2 minutes.
Here's man, White covering, and it's sent back by White.
And I love seeing White use that athleticism on defense. Great hustle to swat that shot. How can we forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. The Bulls knocking down the three. Man can't hit.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Ozumu, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Diabate. Nobody near Nurkic. Connects from three-point range. Nurkic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Green against White. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And White is looking to make things happen out there. If he has to get physical in the process, that is not going to be a problem.
And both free throws good for White.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's man. White covering. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by Smith. Here's Dosunmu. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game, presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 slot.
Miles Bridges up in the air above the rim. That is a show. Look out below.
Bridges with the steal. Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. For 3, Bridges. It's all in by the Bulls. Stolen by Ball. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Bridges attacking. And he gets it to go.
Oh, it's exactly what you want to see from Miles Bridges. Assert himself, use that frame to convert through contact.
And there's the drive. Ball against Williams. And then Buzelis with the dive.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Ball against Ball, and it's Ball penetrating.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
And here is Ball. tries from the block. Pass to Giddey. Williams, a screen on Miller. 5 on the clock. And Giddey gets it to go.
Josh Giddey at 6'8", guys. That floater's going to be tough to deal with.
Now here is Miller. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Miller. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Giddey. Hornets with the rebound.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Giddey against Ball. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
To the paint, got a piece of it. Bridges with the steal. And here we go. Miller outside. Gonzalez grabs the board. The Bulls leading by 6. Ball feeling it out a bit. Inside. Here's Gonzalez. And then Gonzalez with the dunk.
It doesn't take much to get Gonzalez up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Miller, that's for 2. Misses off the left iron.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Yeah, I just love seeing it. Ball put it on the deck, using those long strides to get all the way to the cup.
Miller with a screen on Ball. Ball, the pass to Miller. Miller with another miss.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Chicago.
It was like watching
making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Miller outside, hits it from 3-point range.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in 3-point territory, and he drills it.
Outside, Ball. Lets the 3 fly. The shot comes out. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Miller. Miller with another miss. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Williams. 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Down low. The kick out to Ball. Shot clock at 6. From deep 3-point land. No good that time. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Chicago ball.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. A cup. All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
A lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, VA, and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively too.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the 5 down low. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Now here's Ingram. Barnes a screen. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
What about those dribble moves from Ingram? I mean, really good at carving his way through whatever the defense throws his way.
Miller a screen on Barrett. Barrett against Ball. Over Barrett. Ball no good. And the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash. But he's a fun guy to watch hoop, that's for sure.
Now here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Ingram with a screen on Bridges. Outside Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, a big-time leaper who can dunk it down with power and with ease.
Miller a screen on Barrett. Ball passes to Miller. Back to Ball. And it's good for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him. Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Dick. Boucher outside. Outside Dick. Ingram with a screen on Ball. No good on the triple. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Miller outside. From outside the arc. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Toronto has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Barnes. Outside for Boucher. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
There's Ball with a 3. Rebound by the Raptors. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players. Those guys have just missed a lot of time. Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
Toronto trailing. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with the head coach for the Raptors. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Off the inbound pass. They get it back.
Boy, nice work that time by LaMelo Ball to follow the miss of his teammate. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty either.
Here's Barrett going inside, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
Toronto's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. 1:02 left to play in the first. Barnes finds Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And the speed Ingram has makes him a nightmare for defenses in pick and rolls. I mean, constantly keeps them on skates and wondering what's next.
Now here's Ball. And Ball throws it down. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Outside Dick. To the left side wing. Barnes against Bridges. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. That's on Mark Williams.
But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
And there's a pick. Miller outside. Back to Ball. And he's going for the lob.
You know, as a playmaker, Ball can look off the defender and drop dimes with either hand.
Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe. Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
On the floor for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. Ball against Barrett. Now here's Ball. Defense is right there. Ball in the paint.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
It's hard to question the energy LaMelo Ball brings to the court every night, Clark.
It certainly is, and it's contagious, B.A. That's what I like about it. He elevates other guys. As a teammate playing with LaMelo, he elevates your energy level because you've got to match his. He gives the team, I think, a nice edge in being able to perform on a consistent basis.
Left side Dick. The 3. Williams grabs the board. The Hornets shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Here's Boucher for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Ball left side. Baseline try. Can't get it to go. He's made 4 of his 8 attempts. Outside Ingram. Pass to Barrett. Barnes with a screen on Miller. Barrett passes to Barnes. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
A great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play. And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Down low. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Bridges. Pass to Ball. Here's Okogie. Covered by Ingram. And that one good. And the Hornets lead by 4.
Such a graceful move. Showing off the floater game.
Dick with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Count it, good. Ingram's got 9 points. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Outside Barnes. Barrett, a screen on Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, BA. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper. Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Ingram, the pass to Boucher.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Charlotte.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
A 3-ball from LaMelo.
Defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
Outside for Ingram. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. Back to Barrett. Stolen by Miller. And it's the Hornets on the break. And he lobs it up to the rim. His fourth make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Yeah, just a great feel by Miller. Getting in there for the board and putting it right back up.
Ingram with a screen on Ball. Dick, the pass to Barrett. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Barrett's got 6.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Ball looks over the floor. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Ingram. It's a one-on-one situation. Pass to Boucher. Oh, a big-time jam. Slams it right over Williams.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Charlotte on top, up by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
We've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's Abaji in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Williams from long range. And Castleton pulls it down.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Lobo can't hit.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Diabate's shot is good.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And Josh Green going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Abaji. He's guarded by man. Here's Mobo. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Lobo's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. Outside man. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Mobo with the rebound. Toronto has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Castleton. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Outside, Williams. Pass to Diabate. Hurdle grabs a miss.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Here's Abaji. He's guarded by man. Here's Castleton. Off the mark there with a 3. Here's Diabate. Back to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, too easy for Nurkic. A big man who goes up strong. You have to meet him at the rim and counter his aggression.
And Josh Green going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Here's Mobo. Williams defending. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get off a shot. So they take the lead. Agbaji's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Green up top. Inside. Here's Nurkic. Hurdle with some nice D.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's Abaji. Pass to Battle. 3-pointer. That one doesn't drop. Outside, Green. The 3. Buries it from 3. And the Hornets lead by 2.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Driving in. Here's Mobo. To the paint. Pass to Castleton. Here's Battle. He's scoreless. Here's Mobo. On target from range.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Green, a screen. Man, the pass to Green. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Raptors have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Abaji. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Down low. Outside for Green. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Here's Diabate. Rebound, Toronto. Castleton's got 4 rebounds now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. There's a screen. Lets it go. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Out to the right wing. Outside, Green. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the long J. Green's got his 2nd basket on the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting 4th. And we'll be back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. 4th quarter on the court for the Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Mark Williams out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Inside. Pass to Castleton. Back to Pirtle. Here's Castleton, hounded by Ball. Fires for three. Castleton can't hit. Well, the Hornets shooting 53%. Good efficiency on offense so far. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So Toronto ends up going with a new group. Up top, Bridges. With the drive, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Well, you got to do a lot more than this to stop Bridges. I mean, when he's got momentum behind him, he runs right through the defense.
Now here's Dick, hounded by Ball. Inside. Dick, the pass to Boucher. Outside Barnes. Outside Dick. Barrett up top. Shoots over Miller. Shot is good by Barrett.
You gotta like the quick decision making from Barrett. Not even hesitating at all off the catch.
Ball outside. And Paul throws it down.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Stolen by Bridges. Now the Hornets moving it up.
Well, that's a great job by Kobe to get out in front and finish off the break.
Miller.
Raptors trail by 4. Outside Dick. Outside Ingram. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, you combine his athleticism with his length and the skill set. The versatility of Ingram is hard to guard against.
Nurkic is checked in for Charlotte.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Ball against Barrett. Out to Bridges. Puts up a 3. That one no good.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
That's to Dick. And here's Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Barrett. And here's Ingram. Outside. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Miller, a screen on Barrett. Pass to Miller. 1:49 left in the final quarter. Oh, bricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Stolen by Miller. Here's Okogie to the inside. The kick out to Ball. And so it looks like the Hornets will retain possession here. Green's checked in for Okogie.
Wearing number 10, Josh Green.
1:29 left to play in the 4th quarter. Bridges finds Ball. Back to Bridges. Ball outside. Clock at 4. Back to Bridges. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
And Charlotte making a change here. Williams is checked in. Bridges against Barnes. Money.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Ball passes to Miller. Now here's Bridges. They can't stop the run with that one. A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down. No need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
Now here's Dick, hounded by Ball. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Back to Dick. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. This might be a close late game, but don't tell coach. They were cool as a cucumber in the huddle, and I think that resonates with their players. We'll see if that approach works. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his fourth personal foul. Second team foul.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now Ingram, 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Bridges.
And looking to even the score with a huge three.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third team foul.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he's unable to get the second one. So it's the Raptors taking the W in a close one. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and let you still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold
Visiting team.
Welcome to this. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. White is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward. And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Dick is out there with Ingram. And it's Barrett in at the 3. RJ, this one has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin.
A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
And White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Barrett with the ball. Now guarded by Vucevic. Barnes looking around. Back to Pirtle. Two seconds left. The kick out to Barnes. Count that bucket.
They don't lean on Pirtle for facilitation, but he's certainly not selfish with the ball.
Barrett against Ball. Buzelis sets a screen for Ball. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And slam dunk by Ingram.
More and more we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert it. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
Now here's Ball. Off target from three-point range. Dick with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Dick. Barnes screen on White. And the dunk by Dick.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Vucevic with the bucket.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
Barnes outside to the middle. Pass to Dick. The kick out to Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ingram with it. A 3-ball. Ball with the rebound. To the wing on the left. Vucevic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
Big man Vooch showing some quickness on that release.
Dick up top. Light covering. Now Dick. Out to Ingram.
2 minutes left in the third.
Now here's Barnes. Not a lot of room. And they pick up 2. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
They look to Barrett in these spots because they trust the young man's ability to finish in the open court.
Ball, the pass to White. in the first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Richard, the steady improvement of Kobe White certainly has been fun to watch.
It certainly has, Kevin. He's starting to put it all together now, and it can take multiple years. We all knew he could score, but now his passing and his rebounding have also improved. He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Ball against Barrett. And Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Barnes down low. 6 points for him. And here's Ingram from the arc. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Buzelis. Ball against Barrett. Here's Vucevic out to White. Buzelis sets a screen for White. And good that time. White's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Near the three-point line, it's in. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the...
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Raptors lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
When you're the more aggressive club, good things tend to happen. We'll see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
So on the floor for Chicago to start the second quarter. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Lonzo Ball out there with Kobe White. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. Dick passes to Barrett. And he drives in. And Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from White.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Barnes outside. Vucevic with the rebound. Bulls trail by 3. Ball finds White. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Oh, tough play from White here. Hits the foul, but doesn't give up finishing what he started.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Williams for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. To the inside. Here's Barnes. Ball with the rebound. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. The shot by Buzelis, no good. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for most improved player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Williams. Barrett against Ball. Here he goes. The timely screen gave him a step, but he took it all the way.
Ferocious move there by Ball, finding his finish while also taking the foul.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And so Barrett nails both of them. Chicago is gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Over to the wing. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Toronto, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Barrett kicks to Boucher. Pass to Barnes. Driving in. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Just out for a three-point play. It's going to go on Buzelis. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Toronto?
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
And Ball is such an effective two-way player. Takes smart shots on offense and really hustles on defense.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Barnes outside. Pass to Dick. Out to Ingram from downtown. Ball with the rebound.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Driving the lane, and Ball slams it in.
I love seeing Ball be aggressive on offense, good at knowing when to take initiative.
Stolen by Ball. All alone, and Ball slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Barnes outside. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter.
Oh, my goodness, man. Crazy talk from the wiry Ingram. That's going to get millions of views on whatever social media kids are using these days.
And he's good on the three ball. Bulls got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Dick passes to Barnes. Back to Dick. It's stolen by White. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Ingram. Ball surveying the defense. Buzelis sends a screen for Ball. To the left wing. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. For the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. And here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. It's been all about Lonzo Ball for Chicago. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
They've got Pirtle, and it's Castleton in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Pass to Abaji. They set the pick. Here's Mobo. over Giddey. Mobo can't hit. Chicago trailing. Giddey with it. Offline with his 3. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Here's Battle. Defended by Dosunmu. It's to Abaji. Here's Castleton. Here's Abaji. Still yet to score. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Just lost his head out there. It'll happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. In the corner, Collins with it. There's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Raptors with the lead. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Abaji. Giddey defending. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Giddey with it. Now guarded by Huerter. Out to Smith. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. No good with the triple. Toronto leading by 4. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on. Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Here's Abaji. Giddey defending. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
For Toronto, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. In the corner, Collins with it. Nailed from three-point land. Collins has got 5.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Pass to Mobo. Poked away. It's stolen by Smith. Now here's Giddey. He's guarded closely. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Into the lane. And that one's good. Abaji.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Not enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Here's Giddey. From outside, off the mark. Toronto leading by 4. Here's Mobo. Doesn't go for him. Here's Pirtle. Rebound by the Bulls. .116 left in the third quarter. Now here's Huerter. Tight defense on him. 5 to shoot. Here's Collins. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Abaji. Giddey defending.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Now here's Giddey. He's guarded closely. Sinks the three-pointer. Giddey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Pass to Mobo. Can't cash in from close range. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Out to Smith. 15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Collins. Now here's Giddey. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And at the close of the... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So for Chicago right now, Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Kobe White is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the small forward position. Ingram with it. And it's Buzelis picking him up. And the dunk by Barnes.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. Ball against Barrett. Ball dishes to Vucevic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. And the Bulls lead by 1.
On offense, Ball is a catalyst. He knows how to move things around and get people quality shots.
Out to Ingram. And he uses the glass on the lane. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Outside, Ball. He takes it in, and Ball slams it in.
That kind of aggressiveness, that's what you want to see more from Ball.
Ingram against Ball. Shoots it up. And it's Ingram missing.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Here's Buzelis. Rebound by the Raptors. Boucher's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Dick. Light covering. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Ingram passes to Barnes. Now Boucher. 4 on the clock. And here's Ingram from the arc. Sinks the triple.
Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Ball. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
Right side, Barrett.
Yeah, easy call.
Buzelis. That's his 2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
No good on the free throw.
At the line for 2, R.J. Barrett.
And he sinks the 2nd.
And hey, he did just enough to get the lead. That's what's most important.
Ball kicks to Williams. Pass to Buzelis. There's the drive. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation. The team knows they can rely on him.
Ingram up top. He's covered by Ball. Here's Barrett. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Oh, I see. Picking the worst time to lose control. This is why patience is the key in big moments, people.
1:37 left to play in the final quarter. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. It's a one-point game. Pass to Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Ingram against Williams. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. The Raptors have gone 5 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Money!
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
There's the screen. Down low. Yes!
This kid, Buzelis, loves these types of situations. He wants to be the guy they go to in the big moments.
Ingram against Ball. Ingram deciding where to go with it. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
14 foul.
So it's Toronto now. Dick. Just 5 on the clock. It counts.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Here's Vucevic. Boucher with the rebound. And stolen by White. Timeout called the Bulls. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that hole?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his second personal foul. 15 foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. So it's the Raptors winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges. Thanks for joining. And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Lonzo Ball is out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Buzelis in at the small forward position. And for Charlotte, Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
And so Ball nails both of them. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
From deep, Giddey. Williams grabs the board. And here's Ball. Williams a screen on Ball. Miller outside. Bridges passes to Miller. Back to Bridges. Three-pointer. And it's Chicago with a board. Outside Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Ball with the rebound. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Three-pointer, Bridges. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball.
If you get any space, LaMelo will find you. So be ready.
Chicago with the ball. It's a three-point game. And it's Ball off the drive. Here's Vucevic. And they pick up 2.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee, and one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out. It's back to the basics, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
And I like the mix of power and agility Ball uses inside. One way or another, he's going to get a shot.
Ball against Ball. The baseline J is on the way. Yep, count it.
And obviously their goal right now is to feed him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Charlotte has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Ball surveys the floor. Williams a screen on Ball. And it's Ball off the drive. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Great work to clear some space around the rim and set himself up for that putback.
Yes, sir. That was a huge follow. Pass to Vucevic from deep. Hornets with the rebound. Now the Hornets moving it up. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Ball's double. It's Giddey on the wing. Back to Ball. Now Vucevic. Here he goes. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Ball against Giddey. Ball into the lane. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Don't blink. Ball will blow your doors off.
Ball outside. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Vucevic. Here's the 3. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Vucevic has got 8.
As a passer, Ball has great fundamentals. His timing and accuracy are right on the money.
Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And so here is Chicago. After the basket by Charlotte. Vucevic, a screen on Bridges. Pass to Vucevic. 4 on the clock. Here's Buzelis. Shoots over Bridges. The shot by Buzelis no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Here's ball. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Bulls trail by 3. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Giddey missing. Ball outside. Here's Okogie. Uses the glass on the layup.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Ball outside. Lets it fly. Drained it for 2 points. He has 6. Knocks it loose. Ball with a steal. Not going to go that time. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 slot. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball. Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Miller against Giddey. The drive by Miller. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, "I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind." Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Alex. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league, and when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Now here's Vucevic. Give him 8. Pass to Williams. Back to Vucevic to halt the run. Connects from downtown. Vucevic has got 11 points.
A truly dynamic big man. Vucevic really has the ability to shoot from almost anywhere on the floor.
Nifty move. Ball ventures inside and converts.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Outside Giddey. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Ball outside. Stolen by Ball. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Charlotte. Green comes in for Okogie. And Ball gets it to go. Give him 8 points now.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
Here's Nurkic. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Now the Hornets moving it up. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And They've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Bulls trail by 12. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. There's Ball with a three. Hornets with the rebound. Ball outside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
It's going to be on Lonzo Ball.
Ball seeks out contact sometimes, which means defenses have to guard him very carefully.
He hits the second from the line. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 13. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Ball throws it down.
A phenomenal athlete. Ball's teammates love when he knifes inside and finishes with power.
Here's Miller. And it's Kitty with a rebound.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Now here's Ball. He's got 10. Here's Vucevic. The Hornets pull it in. Ball's got 4 rebounds now. From behind the arc. Ball sticks the three.
Fearless from beyond the arc, LaMelo has unlimited range and tremendous confidence.
Three-pointer, Vucevic. Rebounded by Nurkic. Miller, the pass to Bridges. No good on the three. Three-pointer, Buzelis. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And the first half now in the books. It's the Hornets. They lead by 14. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
They've got Yusuf Nurkic, Trey Mann out there with Green. And it's Williams, and it's Diabate in at power forward. That's the Hornets 5.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
White with it. Smith with a screen on Green. Offensive rebound. Dosunmu outside. Let's go with a three. No luck on that one. Charlotte leading by 14. To the inside. Diabate. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Well, great ability and control by White to stop and pop.
Well, Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best hair in the NBA.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
When it comes to winning big, basketball acumen is the difference. LeBron James said, quote, the final 2 rounds of the playoffs, what's going to separate teams is IQ. There's moments in the game that a coach can't prepare you for, where you have to make adjustments right away. It's not experience, it's IQ.
He would know, Allie. Thanks. Soft touch off the glass. Man's got 10 points in the game.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Now here's Collins. No made baskets yet. Here's Williams, and there's a foul. It's on Grant Williams. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Bulls trail by 21. And stolen by Williams. Green up top. He's covered by DeSumo. And it's Green missing.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for missing that one. That's just a blown opportunity.
And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Chicago foul.
Charlotte shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Second team foul.
First one falls for him. Now, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick, bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Now here's Mann. He's got 12. Williams with it. DeSumo picks him up. Back to Williams. Outside Mann. Shot clock at 5. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this
Personal
deficit.
foul. First team foul.
A minute 31 left in the third quarter. Here's DeSumo, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now here's Williams. Yet to see a basket. Nurkic a screen on Herter. Man misses.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
DeSumo outside. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And that one's good. Green.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now here's DeSumo. The 3 is up. Pure from three-point range. DeSumo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Man, sweet little floater. Man's got 16 in the second half.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
White looking it over. Smith outside. The 3 ball. And no good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Bulls, Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3. Here's ball. After the basket by Charlotte. From the arc. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
Filling it up. Lonzo Ball, more than a passer.
Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And out of bounds, the Hornets will take it.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Charlotte leading by 22. Miller a screen on Ball. Ball against Ball. Misses in close.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. The offensive rebound. Pass to Okogie. Takes a three. Williams. Great positioning on the putback.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Now here's Ball. He's closely guarded. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Bridges. Williams a screen on Bridges. Now Williams. 5 on the clock. Pass to Vucevic. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. And so it looks like the Hornets will retain possession here.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now here's Ball. Miller outside. For three. The ball's knocked loose.
Good awareness and range to get out there for the rebound.
Here's Giddey. Pass to Williams. Miller, the pass to Williams. He gets it in there. That gives him a double-double. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And Ball throws it down.
You're taller than you think. Lonzo is a sneaky 6'6".
Miller with it, guarded now by Williams. To the wing on the left. Ball finds Miller. Bridges, a screen on Giddey. Here's Miller. The three-pointer off the mark. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Hornets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for LaMelo Ball.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Now here's Ball.
Hornets foul. Josh Okogie, 3rd personal foul, 1st team foul.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Ball outside. Miller outside. From deep. Ball with the rebound. And Ball will bring it up here for the Bulls. Pass to Vucevic. And a miss there on the triple. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Now here's Ball. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball.
Chicago ball.
Here's Ball. From downtown, misses there. And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawless.
Time, but eventually I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold.
have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
Here are the five for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Dick. And it's Boucher in at the center. Barnes kicks to Ingram. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Inside, here's Boucher. Williams with the block. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Okogie misses. Bridges against Barnes. Ingram passes to Boucher. And count it from 19 feet away.
Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse is Brandon Ingram.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive. Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
Miller against Ingram. Fires from deep. Shots good by Miller.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Ingram left side. Shot clock at 6. Going inside and slammed up by Ingram.
And Ingram really can handle either part of that pick and roll. He could be the screener, and then he could roll, or he can score off it. Nice option.
They get the rebound. Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Yes, that goes in. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire... The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And that one is good. Barnes has got his second bucket of the night.
And he has the right partner, Ingram, creating the offense in the pick and roll. And that's a nice read.
Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Barrett with the ball. Bridges covering.
And Barrett will give you these kind of flashes. He got up that time.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Miller throws it down hard.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. To the middle. It's deflected. Back to Boucher. To the paint. Here's Barrett. Gets Ingram atop the key. Releases. Rebound by Williams. Charlotte leading by 3. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Williams. 43 seconds left to play in the first. Lays it up off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Ingram outside. Oh, the jam by Ingram.
And that's big time from B.I.
For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Deep 2 from Ball. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Boucher, and the dunk by Boucher.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
It's Miller on the wing. Count the basket. Miller's got 7 points in the game.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. It's Charlotte. They're up by 3. And the second quarter will... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
So the Raptors 5 right now. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Dick is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Boucher in at the 5, patrolling the paint. The Raptors shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Good anticipation from this crafty wingman. Bridges enjoys taking chances and going for the alley-oop.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Dick sets a screen for Ingram. The kick out to Barnes. Good. Barnes has got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
There at the pass to Barnes. Out to Barrett. Ingram a screen on Miller. Barrett finds Boucher. No good from outside. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here in the second quarter.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Dick with it, now guarded by Ball. And here's Ingram from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Ingram's got 9.
And Brandon Ingram continues to work on that smooth three-point release.
To the inside. Back to Williams. The layup off target.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Up top, Barrett, covered by Miller. Barrett against Miller. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Ingram setting a pick for Barnes. From the arc. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Barnes.
3 points.
Now it's a 4-point Toronto lead. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Here's a Kogi, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Here's Ingram, trying for the hoop, and slam dunk by Ingram.
Man, these Kevin Durant comparisons are starting to come to fruition right here, especially when Ingram is finishing with power on the drive.
Miller outside, knocks down the 3-ball. He's got 10. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Pass to Dick. Miller with the ball. He's picked up by Dick. Finished off the break. The Bulls got 4 points in the quarter.
Worth the price of admission. LaMelo with a tremendous play on the ball and finishes on the other end.
Ingram outside. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And right now, efficient as Brandon Ingram is just torching the defense.
And finished off by Williams.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Pass to Boucher. A 3-pointer, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And again, Charlotte running the court in transition. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Here's Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And look at the basket guy still shaking. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hornets on top, ending the second quarter on a 15-6 run. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. And thinking about the shot.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through two quarters.
This is why the best athletes in the world play this game. If he finds a hole, he rips through and throws it down.
Josh Green is out there with Trey Mann. Then there's Grant Williams. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. And I'd say, Brent, they did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Here's Mann. Scoreless thus far. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And the dunk by Poeltl.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Mann finds Williams. Stolen away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Abaji, and he comes up with the deuce. Abaji's got the lead up to 5 now for the Raptors.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Mann passes to Williams. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Back to Mann. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
That's tipped. Pass to Battle.
Hornets foul. Musa Diabate. First personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Here's Castleton. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Mann. Toronto grabs the miss. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Outside, Green. At demand. Takes a 3. And Poeltl pulls it down.
2 minutes.
Here's Abaji. And a missed layup. Hornets trail by 4. Here's Diabate. Whoa,
that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Toronto, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Williams. High post, Nurkic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Excellent job by Nurkic to go right into the defense and get hit. Then he buries the shot.
Raptor shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. They're running. Goes up. And Green slams it in.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that. You see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Here's Abaji. Guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Driving inside. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Abaji. And nothing is falling for him right now. Charlotte leading by 3. Down low. Here's Diabate. A rebound by Battle. Abaji, the pass to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Nurkic. Knocked loose.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Pirtle with a screen on Green. Pass to Castleton. 3-pointer. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So for Toronto right now, in at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Ingram is out there with Grady Dick. And it's Boucher in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Ingram. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Miller kicks the ball. And Ball slams it in.
And you've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Ingram outside. Williams with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Bridges misses. Toronto trailing. Dick finds Barrett. And a miss there on the triple.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Takes it inside. Here's Boucher. Ingram outside. Pass to Barnes. Shoots over Ball. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist from Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists now in this one. Ball, the pass to Williams. And Williams throws it down.
And when it comes to moving the ball, LaMelo is unreal. Can make any pass in the book.
Barnes passes to Dick. Back to Barnes. Ingram setting a pick for Barnes. 6 to shoot. What a terrific move that was.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Ball dishes to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And the Raptors making a change here. Castleton's checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic is going over with his team. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Thanks so much, David.
2 minutes.
Barrett against Ball. Miller outside. Jacks up a three. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
And slammed up by Ingram.
Well, Ingram's going to come through when it's crucial. He did so there.
Miller outside. Sinks that one from the post. Miller's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that was the right call. But when you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close. He's getting the ball.
Stolen by Ball. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Good work there as it goes. And it's a 4-point Hornets lead. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Hornets.
Yeah, and they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys, they're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
55 seconds left in the 4th. Ingram outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Barrett. Here's Castleton. He's guarded by Williams.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
So you want to get your coach fired up? Do something like that right there. That kind of loss of concentration will drive your coach crazy.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. And here is Barnes. He's guarded by Williams. Yes!
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And here is Ball. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
And Ball puts up a deep 3. Can't connect. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win.